Okay, how to properly grip and hold a Barreta. Now, this Barreta has been cleared for the demonstration. This is a Barreta 22, and you can see the magazine, nothing in the magazine. So this gun has been cleared for the demonstration. And what I want to talk about is the fact that people have always thought that the thumbs forward grip, the traditional thumbs forward grip, was the best grip. But I'm going to show you the reason why that's not the best grip, because of the fact that you're using the grip basically in a gunfight that is mostly only going to last a few seconds. You're going to be within 7 yards, okay? So in that close quarters, we call that Tooler's distance. Within 7 yards, a person can run 7 yards within 1.5 seconds and be deadly with their hands, okay? They could take the gun away from you. So even though you guys train on the range with simulations and stuff like that, a simulation, you already know it's coming. So in your mind, you already know that somebody is going to be charging you and you're doing this enactment or simulation. But in real life, what if you're not paying attention? And your attention is gone for even a half a second, okay? You're a dead man, all right? And we know this from law enforcement. We know from law enforcement also that the thumbs forward grip is the thing that's getting them in trouble. And I'm going to show you why. But not just them, but us as private citizens too. When you have a high thumbs forward grip like this, okay, a lot of people say, well, you know, I'm a competitive shooter and I shoot faster and better with the thumbs forward grip like this. Well, that's competition shooting. I'm talking about saving your life. I'm talking about combat. Close quarters combat, okay? Now, when you do something like this, potentially you could have several problems, okay? There's 4 problems. Number 1, when you draw out the firearm with a single hand, this is what it looks like before the puzzle, okay? So right there, you're causing problems where somebody can get that gun away from you because you only have half a grip. The next problem is right here, the slide. Now, I'm not saying that if your thumb is on the slide that you're always going to make it go out of battery, but you could. It's still a possibility if you press too hard in panic mode, or a guy tries to grab the gun and your thumb is here and you're pressing right here, that gun could go out of battery, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, you can accidentally hit the slide release right here with this high thumb because it's right there. You can actually hit that, throw the gun out of battery. You can actually hit the safety here too. So that's number 4. So we've got 4 reasons right now why you should not hold the Barreta like this in the context of a private citizen, in the context of close quarters combat. I'm not talking about somebody's 25 yards away. I'm not talking about law enforcement in general. I'm not talking about military in general. I'm talking about the private citizen. You want to hold the Barreta in the proper manner, and this is not the right way to hold the Barreta. The right way to hold the Barreta is you want to make sure that that thumb comes down to the middle finger, okay? That's a proper one-handed grip. So if I draw my weapon now, I have a good, solid grip, so that if this hand doesn't meet this side, it's not dependent on another hand to complete the grip because I already have the grip, okay? So if somebody gets in between this hand and this hand, I can use this hand to block. I can use this hand to go for a knife. I can use this hand to use pepper spray. I can use this hand to lead somebody to safety. But if I'm constantly switching like the thumbs forward grip that most people do, from this to this, from this to this, in a fast combat situation, you're going to make a mistake where you have half a grip. Somebody could grab that gun from you. You could drop the gun. You could have problems getting the gun into battery, loading a magazine, and hitting the slide stop release. Now, we know this from law enforcement. They have been having problems from this high thumbs forward grip. And guys are getting their guns, especially with these dot sights nowadays right here. What that dot sight is that's a place for somebody to grab, close quarters, and it's already happening to police officers. So having a dot sight, even though you say it makes you see better, it makes you shoot better, it can be a disadvantage in several ways. And one of them disadvantages is somebody can use that dot sight and grab it. The guys in prison already have mentioned that. that if they disarm a cop nowadays, they said these new dot sights, all you have to do is just grab that dot sight and that gun isn't doing nothing, okay? So we have to understand that as Americans, we think that us inventing this thumbs forward grip, you know, competition shooting and all this other stuff, we think that we know what we're doing. But the thing is that like Israel and other countries like that, they know the proper grip, okay, because they've been in combat longer than we have. You know, we're talking thousands of years of combat and knowing the art of war, okay? So this thumb is going to come down, and then this hand, we can still do the puzzle, but what we're doing is we're just using this hand only to support the weapon. This is only support, okay? It's a handgun. It's not a hands gun. Hands gun means two hands. It's a handgun. That's why they call it a handgun. It's meant to be used with one hand. This is only to support it if you have an extended gunfight or something. You know, if you're, say you're further than 7 yards or something like that, you might have a chance to close that grip and shoot and stuff like that. But you should never, ever think that this hand has to be dependent on another hand to form that grip. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. And we have the evidence on video now. Law enforcement, when they're trying to reload and they're having malfunctions and things like that, we can tell it's all caused by the high thumbs forward grip because they're touching everything, okay? And they have a half a grip so the guy can grab the gun from them, or they can go for the red dot. They go for the dot sights. So these new dot sights aren't exactly the advantage you guys say they are, because we're seeing law enforcement officers, they're getting a hold of these guns right up here, okay, by the dot sight. All right, so thank you very much for watching, you guys.